Calxiyn here, so I'm gonna settle something real quick. You know what I mean? So I hope if you guys enjoyed this video, you become a patron over on Patreon and you join our Discord server. So, speaking of our Discord server, my guys got into a little bit of a fight. I'll say a lover's spat. And so they basically, like, what happened is people were really, I guess, I don't want to say salty, but they thought that he was a dragon, Uma, and we just did a video about him yesterday, that Uma was a bat and, like, or a dragon, and people were really upset about the alternative of a dragon. So this is basically talking about mythical characters in RWBY, pretty much. And so, yeah, a couple people got a little, heated about that, because here were, like, basically the arguments were that dragons are too OP, and they also don't exist, and a bunch of other stuff. But I don't understand how
this is fantasy, though. Like,
I know, but
there is a grim dragon.
So this is what we're talking about. I don't understand how it's OP. Personally, like, you have the same wings whether you're a dragon or whether you're a bat. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, if somebody's breathing fire, okay, I'll give you that. That's fine. But the thing is, like, dragons don't have anything. I don't want to say they don't have anything unique, but they don't have anything that is that different from, you know, like a dinosaur. That's basically what dragons are. They're just they're glorified dinosaurs. You know what I mean? And so, if it was fire breathing or something, again, I feel you, but I don't see how having, like, a mythical beast as one of your animal traits, because at the end of the day, it's still an animal. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't matter. It's not like it's giving him super strength or something.
Like a dinosaur, Faunus.
I mean, that's what I thought he was. He looked like a pterodactyl.
But that would mean,
he's a
like,
bat.
there were dinosaurs in Remnant, which would be strange.
Not really.
I mean, a little
Why?
bit, because dinosaurs are distinctively, like, of our Earth, and also, like, that would mean that there was a time where there was, like, caveman humans.
Yeah, but there were.
Like, in Remnant?
Yeah, because man born from dust,
but not even that, like, well, I mean, humans and dinosaurs weren't around at the same time. So
I know.
It was the idea that there was
so
mass extinction.
What if they made dinosaurs first, and then when they made the humans together, they decided to get rid of the dinosaurs? Because think about it, okay? The good gods could have made herbivore dinosaurs, right? Mm-hmm. Because they're good and they only eat plants. But then the bad god could have made, like, the carnivore dinosaurs. And then they could have wiped out all of them because humans had to chill. Because they both wanted to make humans, and that was more important.
They, like, had a pet project.
But yeah, I don't see that as being OP. It's different if you can turn into a dragon, then I'm like, yeah. But if you just have dragon wings, like, I don't give a shit.
Salem's final.
The other thing is, all of the Grimm are pretty much based on animals, right? Yeah. Ursa, bear, scorpion,
which is essentially
giant scorpion, etc. And so,
like, what dinosaurs? Because there can be avian ones, and dinosaurs were avian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So. But we're talking about mythical creatures, so dragons and shit, right? I was just using dinosaurs as an example because that's basically what dragons are. They are, yeah. I mean, we'll get to that.
There can be a narwhal one that looks like a unicorn.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, unicorns and stuff. Like, what sort of advantage would that give you that it's too OP? Like, again, if you can turn into a dragon, that's different. But if you just have dragon wings, or if you have a unicorn horn, or something like that, like, what advantage does that give you? Like, it's literally nothing. It's the same as, like, other animals that just have horns on their head. Like, what's the fucking difference? You know what I mean? And so for the people that were like, but it's too OP, bitch, it's not, okay? It doesn't do anything, alright? Again, it's different. If you can turn into a dragon like Crow and Raven can turn into birds, okay, that's where I'm like, I feel you. But just having wings or having claws or other things that, like, a dragon would have is not a big deal, and y'all gotta chill. So for other mythical creatures, this is what I want to talk about. Like,
what mythical creatures could then become?
Yeah, like, obviously we saw that mermaid girl, or at least we think we saw a mermaid girl in the episode.
Possible
mermaid girl. We didn't really get to see her that well.
Mermaid.
Because, obviously, that's a mythical creature, right? But what advantage does that give you that's too OP? You know what I mean? I don't mind that.
Fast.
I mean, yeah, but that's, like, unless, if, as a water huntsman, maybe, like, if you want to keep the sea safer, that would help you. But in terms of the main plot...
You want to be like Aquaman.
Yeah.
Like...
And so, I don't understand why people are like, but it's too OP. Like, it's not OP at all. Like, if anything, most Faunus traits are going to be a hindrance to you, alright? Unless you're breathing fire or something like a dragon. But here's the thing, like... all of the Grimm so far have been based on animals that already exist, right, in the world, except for the dragon and then the griffin thing. So that begs the question, is if on Dragon Island some freaky shit exists that we've never got to, you could say. Because it's a fantasy world, right? Lots of fantasy worlds just have dragons chilling around and, like, nothing... Are you trying to sneeze?
Yes.
Nothing bad happens to it, you know what I mean? Like, Game of Thrones has casual dragons, and it's all okay. Game of Thrones has a lot of casual mythical beings, and nobody, like...
They're dragons, fine. Right? But they're casual at it.
Yeah, and so, you know what I mean? And so I don't see this as, like, such a big deal. Like, it just seems like people are making a big deal out of nothing, that's all. Because, like, I don't know. When you think about it, it's just... It's not that deep, man. You know, it doesn't give them such an overpowered advantage that I would be salty about that. And so for other mythical creatures we can think of, like Griffin, again, Griffin wings or claws or something, that's no different from, like, if you're a wolf Faunus and you have mega claws. Like, if you have claws for days, or a bear or something, you know what I mean? And so, like... That doesn't matter. The dragon wings, again, the same as the bat wings. Everybody thought those were dragon wings, those bat wings, and so how different can it be if you thought that it was interchangeable between a bat and a dragon?
Also, I feel like there's significant differences between a bat and a dragon, but
anyways,
it's just me.
And then, like, with the mermaids, like, okay, like, you have a water advantage, obviously, but there's also, like, a clear, like, disadvantage towards you.
A landlocked state! How will I ever save the day in Missoula, Montana? I feel like there's significant difficulties.
And then with Griffin, again, same, like, the wings, like, it's not that big of a deal. You can have bird faunuses that have wings as big as a Griffin person would. Again, it starts to get into, like, a weird territory if people are starting to breathe fire.
Griffin is just a half lion.
Yeah.
Half. I mean, I think there could
That's
be
what I'm saying.
That would
Mythical
resemble...
creatures are basically just animals we have already combined with each other.
But I feel like they have to look more human than they do animal.
What do you mean? Faunus? Yeah. But I'm saying mythical creatures compared to animals are just, like, most mythical creatures are just based on animals we already have. And so with the Faunus, it's not that different.
So, like,
if somebody has dragon wings and if somebody has, like, eagle wings or something, like, it's not that big of a deal, you know what I mean? Like, they're the same, it's the same wings. And, like, how you said, they didn't intentionally make up mermaids in this world, if that makes sense. Mermaids is a result of having...
Yeah, I feel like...
the fish trait. And the same with centaurs and other things, right?
I like the idea that she would just have, like, the fin things on her legs.
I don't think that's how she looks. I think she has a literal tail.
No, I don't know.
I looked back at it again. I rewatched it. We can rewatch it together after if you want.
So did I. It didn't look like... Because you never got a great look at it. I don't know. I don't really care. I suppose it just feels cheap because I like the idea that you're more human than you are animal. And so, like, technically, like, a centaur.
But they have one trait, but if you think about it, like...
Like a centaur?
Gira has cat legs. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
So if it was a horse, it would be the same thing.
Like little hooves?
Yeah.
Or like you just have a horse body?
And so even though I feel you, like, we already have characters who half of their body at least, or at least a quarter... He's all Faunus. Like, with Gira, it could just be his feet up to a certain point in his calf, if that makes sense. Yeah. But it could be his entire legs.
Or it could just be extra hair. But even that doesn't seem, like, as non-human as, like, I don't know.
But, like, with a centaur, you just have, like, horse legs, right? It's not that big of a deal.
Or, like,
it's just, like,
a faun feet. From, Narnia?
It's exactly like Gira's feet.
Or what if you have beaver fauns?
Or what if you have an animal with really big ears like an elephant, and that takes up, like, most of your body?
Or
you know what I mean? Because then would you be
cute ears, but then they still have, like, human-looking bodies, you know?
Yeah, but it's still mermaids are supposed to be human-looking fish people.
I'm just saying, like, it's an imprecise science, but there's a definite of, like, okay, this.
But, like, I don't think OP is necessarily the problem here.
Oh,
you know
no,
I
don't think OP. I just think it's
in terms of,
not
like,
with the spirit of it, you know?
I guess in terms of mythical creatures actually existing, though, we haven't gotten a confirmation on that. But, like, dragons are still animals, and so if there are dragons, there could be dragon Faunus.
For a second, I thought you meant, like, existing in real life, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure the jury's out on Loch Ness Monster.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of, like, mythical animals are still animals, right? And so if they do exist in Remnant, because this is a fantasy world, they can still happen, right? Not saying that they should. That's different, okay? I'm just saying that it has all of the valid reason to happen if they do exist, because they're still animals. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not condoning it as existing, but I'm saying that it has a right. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the writers pulling something out of their ass. If there are, like, actual dragons, like there are actual fish, then it's not really all of that different. You know what I mean? Now, I agree with Hunter in terms of I don't want to say it's tacky, but even if they can do it, that doesn't mean that they should. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just because you can't, like, it's like Twitter, okay? Just because now you can use all 280 characters doesn't mean you should use all 280 characters, right?
I thoroughly agree.
And so, it's kind of like that. Just because they can have fantasy creatures doesn't mean they shouldn't. But what I was trying to argue in this video and trying to get the chat to calm down about is that it's fully possible, and that it shouldn't be disregarded as them, like, as it being impossible or too OP or anything, because depending on how they swing it, again, mythical animals are just animals with extra shit. With just extra sort of magical shit. Like unicorns. It's a horse with a horn. Like, calm down. You know what I mean? And so in that...
And they're gorgeous.
And so in that regard, it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? Like,
it's almost like a significant amount of this stuff we talk about is, not...
And so I would like to have some fantasy Faunus part of me, okay? Because I'm a slut for mermaids, you guys. And, like, fairies and shit. But then there's also the part of me that's, I guess, Hunter, like, the common sense is, like, that kind of makes it tacky or overdone.
Hey, Cal?
What?
I did a love shock to my girlfriend last night. She liked it quite a bit.
Oh my god, I hate you. But you understand what I mean. I do agree with you, like, the writer in me agrees with you, but the personal Cal is like, I want some fucking fairies. You know what I mean? Because I really like fairies and unicorns.
Listen, right, we
shit.
want fairies, but they won't give us gay characters. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Ay.
I was trying to agree with you.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So yeah, in conclusion,
I'm so sorry.
They can full well do fantasy characters. I don't see anything wrong with that in terms of the rules that the show has given us. The shows have only given the rules that it has to be an animal, but if fantasy characters exist in Remnant, then they're not fantasy fantasy animals anymore. They're just animals, right? They're just part of the natural environment.
It just doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So I don't think it would be too OP, but writing-wise, it would kind of just be... It would take away from the whole Faunus' plight, is that we're not that much different than you if people are suddenly half things, if that makes sense.
Mer people.
I don't mind the mer people, though. That can stay.
The mer people I'm a little iffy about.
I really like
I like the idea of, like, them having just, like, stuff on their legs.
Anyway,
like,
I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it was a bit... I don't want to say yelly, because I don't feel I was violent, but, like, you know...
I want to apologize for my jokes. They were wonderful, but still, my god.
Oh, so Aaron tweeted that only one of them had legs. Aaron tweeted that just now. Possible release spoiler. Did RWBY just give me the only thing I've ever wanted from Faunus this episode, and it's the mermaid?
But she said did. She doesn't really know. She can't.
No, but she said again, only one of them had legs. And then again, in the background, while they were sitting on the pier with coconuts, y'all know my eyes know what they seein'. That's what she said. And so they are...
I think they obscured it purposely to screw with people.
I know.
But
wouldn't Aaron know? Wouldn't somebody tell her?
Yeah, I feel like of all people, she'd have an insight, but I feel like that's more of like an art director, like animator type.
Anyway,
no.
I don't know. It seemed it's a mermaid. Aaron said it, so it must be true. Anyways, that's good that she said that just as we were about to end the video. Anyway, so you guys tell me what y'all think about this, and we'll get back to you later. Bye bye.